What's up, guys? Today we're going to be recording the final video where we cover the lightweight build for Tim over at Trifecta Tactical. Today we're going to be discussing and adding a red dot and a flashlight to our AR. First with the red dot, Tim chose to go with the Burst Fastfire 3, the mini red dot. This one has the 3 MOA dot. This is definitely one of the smallest and lightest dots on the market. Obviously there are others like it out there. The Trifecta RMR comes to mind, but Tim chose to go with the Burst Fastfire 3. Because this red dot is so small, you have several options of what you can do with it. You can mount it to a rifle like we're going to do, but you can also have it mounted to a shotgun or even a pistol. Give me a few seconds to switch the camera around here and we'll come back and talk more about the Burst Fastfire 3 and the flashlight in more detail. Alright, let's talk about what comes included with the Burst Fastfire 3. Obviously you get the red dot itself. You get a Torx wrench for installing these screws. You only need 2 to install this thing to a mount. They've gone ahead and included 3 in case you lose one, so that's really cool. You also get a small screwdriver. That's to remove the battery compartment cap so you can install or remove a battery. A protective sunshade, which can help from you losing your red dot in highlight situations. And lastly, you get a microfiber cloth for cleaning the lens. Let's go ahead and just get this thing out of the package, and you guys saw everything that comes with it. Let's get the important stuff out. Alrighty. That'll work. Like I mentioned before, this red dot is very lightweight. The red dot alone weighs 0.9 ounces and the mount itself weighs 0.6 ounces. So as you can see, we're adding very little weight to this AR with this thing. Not only is this thing lightweight, but they do keep it simple as well. There are very few external controls on this sucker. On the left side here, we have a button which flips through 4 different modes. The first mode automatically adjusts to the environment using a light sensor. That's really a nice feature if you find yourself rapidly transitioning between different lighting situations. The next 3 are predetermined light settings. The first is the highest brightness, followed by the medium brightness, and finally the lowest brightness. One more click turns the thing off. So as you can see, this thing is very, very simple to operate. The other external controls are the windage and elevation. This red dot is fully adjustable by simply turning those screws with the screwdriver provided or a coin. One click of the dial equals 1 minute of angle or an inch at 100 yards. When turning those dials, guys, I noticed that they are firm and they're audible, so I think they're going to be a good quality and they're going to hold 0 pretty well. Something worth really noting here, guys, is the Burst Fastfire 3 has a top-mounted battery compartment. Other small red dots, like my Trifecta RMR, require you to actually remove the red dot to get access to the battery compartment underneath the optic. Then you need to reinstall it and re-sight it in. With this red dot, you can leave it installed and sighted in. Simply unscrew that cap with, like I said, the screwdriver or coin. Change out your battery and you're good to go. This red dot uses a CR1632 lithium battery. Not as common as the CR2032, but you can still find them at any of your local stores. Again, like I said before, this can be mounted to pretty much any weapon platform out there. It's definitely recoil resistant. This thing is rated to withstand up to 1000 Gs, so it should easily handle an AR and it should definitely do fine with a shotgun. The Burst Fastfire 3 is mostly used as a secondary red dot in conjunction with a magnified optic. The way this is most commonly installed is on an offset mount, so if you find yourself in need of transitioning from long range to close quarters quickly, you can simply rotate your rifle and you'd be good to go. However, we are going to be using this as our main optic and attach it to our AR using a Picatinny mount that was provided with the red dot itself. The Burst Fastfire is really easy to install to the mount itself. The red dot has 4 holes on the bottom of it that made up perfectly with the mount, as you see here. Once placed on the mount, simply tighten down the screws from the top and you're good to go. Now all you need to do is place this on any Picatinny rail, tighten down the screw there, and you're ready to rock and roll. Now I can already see some of you guys wasting your time making a comment about a riser for the optic. Tim doesn't run risers on any of his red dots. We were going to buy one just to save the select few of you that would make a comment, but we decided not to waste the money on it. So this might be a good time to pay attention. If you want to touch your keyboard and say something about what are we going to do for a riser, why didn't we get a riser, the riser is going to weigh more ounces, we're not getting one, don't waste your time. This is how Tim likes to run his rifles, so if it works for him, it works for me. Now let me move the Burst Fastfire stuff out of the way and we'll get on to the Trifecta Tactical flashlight. So I reviewed the MERK, the Merc from Trifecta Tactical before, but this is their new and improved, smaller and lighter CCG or computer controlled gun light. Like the Merc, this utilizes an accelerometer inside that tells it when it's being orientated in a horizontal position and then automatically turns on. This accelerometer feels the 1G of gravity, which tells it which way's up and which way's down. So if this thing is holstered on your bedside table, it stays off. If it's installed on a shotgun, it's leaned up in a corner, it stays off. Only when drawn and pointed in a horizontal position will it turn on. Now, before you keyboard commandos start typing, keep in mind, this isn't for you Navy SEALs out there. In times of high stress, we know that fine motor skills are out the window. Even people who train can't forget to take their guns off safe when they're stressed out. This is intended for your average citizen, that if you hear someone breaking into your house, you can grab your gun and the CCG has you covered. It illuminates for you to help identify your threat. Also keep in mind, you can still manually turn this thing on and off like any other flashlight, so you can choose which way you want to run it. The output on the CCG is around 210 lumens, so plenty bright there. It only weighs 3.2 ounces with a battery, so it's definitely one of the lighter lights on the market. It's also waterproof, so no worries about a little rain shorting this thing out, and the LED is also shockproof. If you guys are interested in this CCG, it actually won't be available until after SHOT Show 2015. We are attaching the light with an Odom Works light mount. Nothing fancy here, guys, besides the fact that this is a direct install to the key mod rail itself. It's weird, it feels heavy, but it only weighs 1 ounce. The installation here is super simple, guys. Put your light inside of the ring, tighten the screws down, then take your light mount itself, snap it to the key mod rail, slide it forward, tighten down those 2 screws, and you're good to go. The one thing to keep in mind when installing the Merc or the CCG is that that red line is facing up. Now guys, if you haven't heard of the MERK, the Merc, or the CCG, you really should go check out their stuff. Like I said, I reviewed the Merc before. I'll annotate that video somewhere here on screen. Go click on it, see how this thing works, because I'll tell you one thing you won't regret picking this thing up. Well guys, this is the last video covering the lightweight AR-15 rifle. We are officially done with this rifle. It's time to package this thing off and send it to Tim finally. He's going to get some footage of this thing shooting that I'll be sharing with you guys, so once I get it, I'll be sure to upload it and you guys can check it out. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching and being so patient. I really appreciate all the input and support and help with building this lightweight AR-15. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave in the comment box below. If you guys haven't, go check out my Instagram. I'll also link that in the description below, or my Facebook page. I'll link that as well. As usual, guys, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.